Play some music here. Beginning for a little bit. All right, everybody pulling in. Make sure y'all double tap that screen for your boy. Sister-in-law, what's up? I know you're getting ready to bring them kids over, man. Make sure you bring the kids over. We're going to have fun. Appreciate you. As y'all can see, we got a lot of topics that we're going to talk about today. Still waiting on one guest to come in, but we're going to get into it in the next minute or so. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is the latest episode of The Hot Seat with EJ Thomas. All right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, everybody. Shout out to Shamika. What's up with you? Y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen and share it to everybody because we are going to get it in today. All right, on my right, go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Ebony Alchemy, the poet.
Okay. And next to her.
This is your girl, Sky Rain, your neighborhood unicorn.
Okay. We'll get into what is a unicorn to you in a little bit. We'll get into a little bit of that. But no, matter of fact, we do that right now. What is a unicorn?
A unicorn is something unique. Usually don't go with the flow of the norm in society. They feel free in their own skin and don't care what nobody really thinks. Follow their own beat.
Understood. Shout out to Miss Kathy. Shout out to Miss Valentine and everybody else that's in the chat right now. Now, I don't do the panhandling. Okay, I'm coming over here to the TikTok space. I decided to do this, but I'm let y'all know I don't do the panhandling. All right. If you decide to give, that's what you do, but I don't ask. I will ask you to share and to double tap that screen though. All right. Now that I will ask. All right. So getting into topic number 1. You can be old and stupid. Now, where this came from to me, shout out to Fine Wine. Where this came at is I just turned 40. All right. Shout out to me. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Big
had my,
40.
yes, ma'am. Had my birthday party. Had a lot of fun.
I was there.
Now, this is the problem. When I thought about it, what's different?
Ooh,
What's different?
can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Because listen, I'm glad you said that. Because listen, you just turned 40.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 41. But going from 39 to 40, I felt like that hit a little different.
You did?
Yeah, you did it?
No, not at all.
Maybe because you're a guy.
Just not at all. One, I've had a lot of different transitions lately. With losing weight, changing careers, all this type of stuff. So I did a lot of already changes and stuff. So 39 to 40, there was nothing different besides just a calendar age, nothing else.
Okay, so you think maybe for you that the transition was coming up and then 40, it just kind of settled?
Yeah, all that happened before. All the transition,
okay.
all the stuff happened before. Now, in particular, my knowledge didn't change. That I'm just gonna start off with that. So that's why I was like, since nothing changed. And then I had a couple of conversations with some older people. And it was like, they were telling me some BS. And I'm just going to stop right there. Y'all get in. But that's why I was like, you can be dumb and old. You know what I'm saying? Just because but I want to see what y'all talking about. Ebony, talk to me. How do you feel about that?
I don't want to say dumb. I mean, it's dumb, but I think immature. You could be immature at an older age. I think a lot of people not ready to grow up. A lot of people don't, like you said, you went through transitions and stuff. I think you go through these transitions, but a lot of time people get stuck because going through transitions to me in my mind, but my mind work different. Going through transitions to me means that you're healing some aspect of yourself to be better. That's for the wisdom's sake, right? So if you got somebody that my daddy told me that women mature like wine at 30 and men do it at 40, right? So we mature faster than men do, right? But now I think that you get to a certain point in your 40s, and like for me, I had my kids young. So some stuff that most people say, oh, I did that in my 20s, I'm doing now. But I do it with wisdom. Like I'm not doing too much. But in my mind, like I'm like reliving like the things because I gave my 20s to raising my kids because that was on me. I had them. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm 40, my kids are grown. I get to move for me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't move with immaturity. I'm not moving like no dumb bride. So that's why I say you gotta be more specific about what you mean by like the shit you do in your 40s. You know what I'm saying? You doing the same stuff in your 20s that you did in your 40s. Like, yeah, I'm hanging out. I'm doing me. I'm living my best life. I'm not running around Ratchet City like I was in my 20s because I did my phase of ratchet. I'm not doing it in a ratchet way. I'm doing it. I like to say I'm in my grown woman. I'm grown. I'm all grown up. That's why I say immaturity.
Got you. I kind of what I just see a comment on here. Fine Wine. We'll do this a little different because with TikTok you get more comments and stuff or whatnot. But Fine Wine says you can be stupid at any age. Stupidity does not discriminate.
Definitely agree.
Like that's the where I'm coming from because right, your maturity level doesn't necessarily or your intelligence change just because you got older. Right? There's a lot of people who feel that they should be respected just because they've reached a certain age. Right? They think that I deserve this just because I've been on this plane, earth, whatever you want to call astral plane, whatever it is that you want to say on this earth, and I deserve a level of respect. While I do understand that being on this side of it now, there is still you can be a fool. Scott, go ahead and get in.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the direction you was going with that because there are older people that's like that love to tell you, "Oh, well, back in my day, it was done like X, Y, and Z, and you can't tell me how it's done, but you steady asking me to help you with shit."
Yeah. So how did that work out for you?
Right.
When they say back in my day, how did that work out for you?
So that's where the stupidity come in because you don't want to sit down and learn from me because you think because you've been here long enough. You because you've been here longer than me and may have experienced life longer than me that you know more than me and I can't teach you nothing because I'm younger than you. But this is my time and my day. Just like for some of us millennials, we don't. It's a lot of stuff we don't. We're not getting with this technology, but our kids are because they was born in it, and we have to shut the fuck up and listen sometimes because they know what they talking about and we don't.
I'm glad you used that example. That's
Mhm.
perfect because people can't see it until. So what you're referencing is called situational authority, or excuse me, not situational, but informational authority,
Mhm.
right? A person who is younger can be in charge if they have the knowledge of the situation. So in the technical field and things like that, sometimes just because you're older, you need to shut the fuck up. There's times where you just need to shut the fuck up and let that younger person lead you into whatever it is that they need to lead. Now, your experiences can help to a certain degree, right? But they don't normally help with intelligence. They help with kind of life lessons or skills, how to deal with people, things of that nature. That's where they come into view. But I've had situations where so just had my birthday, right? And I was talking to a older cat, and the things that the cat told me, I knew that his spirit wasn't right when he was telling them to me. But I still did my research on him, right? And I'm gonna say about 70% of the things he said was just straight bullshit. They were based on being a hurt individual, being bitter, whether it was friends, relationships, whatever. Everything, it came from a space of negativity, right? But this is a 65-year-old guy. Yeah, he's lived life. He's made some money, so he wasn't like a broke dude or whatnot. But I wasn't going to him for how to make money. I was going to him for life advice, right? Transitional things and stuff, man. I turned 40. Okay, what's next? Like, I've accomplished so much, but what am I gonna do? Da next, and things like that. Man, I never go to him for no information again, ever, because whether it's chat, whether it's talking to multiple other people who were older, everybody was like, yeah, that advice was some bullshit. That comes from a place of pain. That comes from somebody who has been hurt by friends and hurt by so many people. And yeah, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
That goes back to what I was saying though. Like,
Talk to me.
It's a place of healing. Like the growth part, the transition part, the growing up part, the maturity part. That's a place of healing. Like, okay, when you're young, you're expected to do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're expected to make mistakes and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? You're learning. These are your learning curves. That's what your earth lessons. These are your earth lessons. So that's why I say it's maturity, because when you doing all that dumb stuff, you supposed to be learning from your mistakes, learning from your bad choices. If you are at a older age and you still making the same bad choices or bad decisions that you were making at a younger age, then you're not growing. That means you're not healing. Because every time you make a mistake, okay, let's say when something happens to you, it usually disappoints you, right?
Talk to the mic.
Yeah. Like when something happens in life that when what you call a bad decision is something that disappoints you, right?
Okay.
Like you expect it to turn out some type of way, and it didn't. It disappointed you. You know what I'm saying? So usually when that happens, it makes you feel a way. Your feelings are hurt or whatever you want to call it. Okay, but you take that as a learned lesson. Okay, like I take it as a learned lesson. So for me, it's gonna grow me. I allow that stuff to water me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't allow that stuff to do that, you grow resentment inside, and then you end up 65 and bitter. Because then you get somebody that go, yo, man, when that happened to me, dog, this what I did, man. Fuck them hoes. You know what I mean? Fuck them hoes, man. You can't trust none of these bitches.
That's, hey, you know what I'm saying?
I've
that's
heard
what
it.
he was saying with friends.
I've heard it.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, the information I got, nah, dog, I'm good on that.
Right.
I'm gonna let you.
But guess what? You're at an age now where you're mature enough to recognize good counsel and bad counsel. So you were at you at a level of maturity where you like, okay. Also, in the same breath, you are at a level of maturity where I ain't even got to bash you for that. I don't knock you for thinking the way you think, but that ain't for me. You go on about your way.
It almost turned.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I rock with you. It almost turned into, I'm coming to you for counsel, but I'm end up giving the counsel. You know, because I'm like,
think about how many times you actually counsel people that are older than you, even in your family. Like, think about, I have adults in my family or older cousins. Am I right?
Yeah, I do it all the time with my godfather, because he's so I can't even say far out there, because he is intelligent on a lot of things, right? He taught me a lot of things, especially when it comes to spirituality and stuff like that. But regular life stuff, everyday stuff, or social cues, or dealing with my little nephew who he called his grandson. Like, I have to continuously remind him, ain't nobody trying to take shit from you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money. So why we trying to, who or why would anybody that is up under your roof or walking your roof up under your house is trying to take anything from you when we know you ain't got no money? You feel me? Shit, we got more money than you do. Right.
Right. Even your parents, though.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
your parents,
Yeah.
right? You find yourself now like, and a lot of it I think is just generational. You know, you can't apply what you don't know. So in this day and time, when you know something, you naturally want to reach back and give that knowledge to those that you love, and a lot of times that could be your parents.
Mhm.
Well, it was a lot of time my parents had reached back out to us. When I say us, I mean other my brother that's right behind me, Kevin. They would reach out to us about situations they was going through with my two youngest siblings, and be like, well, what you think I should do this, X, Y, and Z, because, you know, were different.
I do that now. My two oldest kids, I'm like, listen, y'all grown. Y'all remember back in the day when y'all did it, I was like, and I'm like, well, Ma, you really didn't have to do all that. But also the difference in raising them, because they're in they're 20 and 22, and he's 13. So it's like, you know what I did the first time, I was so rah. I'm like, it really didn't make a difference. This time I'm just gonna be like, stop. You know what I mean? Like this time it's just like, stop. Don't do that.
For
or
sure.
you're gonna find out.
So tell us what you think about you can be old and stupid. How you feel about it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, y'all. It's Miss Jazz. But yeah, people are old and stupid. I don't think age have nothing to do with it, and it aggravates me. I grew up. My grandma adopted me when I was 6 months old, so I grew up with older people, and I think that's why I have an old soul, and that's why a lot of people cling to me. Maybe because I'm wiser than my age. So when people my age or younger than me, the stuff that they be doing, it don't be making no sense. And like I be telling my son, he one of them ones, he had to buy him some sense. Back in the day when my grandma used to say that, I ain't know what the hell she was talking about. About sense is the best sense. And sometimes people have to buy them some sense. And everybody don't have common sense. Some people have book sense. Some people have street sense. Some people have common sense. But a lot of people lack common fucking sense. And one thing people lack is just respect. Compassion, to be kind to one another. But a lot of stuff that older people do, I'm going to say 30 and plus, because I feel like if you in your 30s, you should have some sense. You should have already went through the bullshit phase. You should already know who you is, where you going, or at least trying
to figure
it out. Or you're figuring out, because in your 20s, you should have already figured out what you got going on. So by the time you in your 30s, you should have a good career path. You should have some 401k. You should have your own car. You should have your own place. If you in your 30s, you ain't got nothing that going on, I don't know what to tell you, babe.
You know what? I heard TDJ say in a sermon one time,
Get swallowed up.
What?
He said something about swallowing them up. Have you ever been swallowed? Have you ever been swallowed?
I ain't never.
I promise you, TDJ said that about maybe a year or two ago.
Oh, no, that ain't how he said it. Have you ever been
swallowed? Have you ever been swallowed up?
Have you been swallowed up?
Yes, he did. He said
he was
that.
talking about the Holy Spirit, though. He wasn't talking about.
You sure?
I'm definitely going to Google that.
I mean, after them Diddy rumors and everything, who knows?
No, he was talking about the Holy Spirit.
She's right.
Definitely could have been a double meaning.
But no, I heard him say one time, he said, what you do in your 20s, you will eat from in your 30s. What you do in your 30s, you will eat from in your 40s. What you do in your 40s, you will eat from in your 50s. And you get the concept, and so on and so on. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, you know what? I did a lot of dumb shit in my 20s that I had to eat in my 30s. I had to make that up.
I literally just had this conversation with my 28-year-old daughter. I said, all the pain and suffering that I did growing up and in my younger day, I'm glad I went through when I was young, because I'm almost 40. You can't come around here
with that
and play, period. Ooh. You goddamn breathe wrong around me out the motherfucking door, because what I learned is peace and serenity. You can't buy that off nobody motherfucking shelf. I'm telling you, when it comes to family members, when it comes to relationship, friendships, when I tell you the peace and serenity that I have now, it blows me. I used to ask God, why I don't have them many friends? Why I don't have them many family members and stuff that I'm not really close to? And God had to show me that because I'm special, I'm rare.
Unicorn.
And he was shaping and molding me to be who I am today. And I ain't saying that I'm perfect. No, this lady not perfect. But when I tell you that I'm glad I went through the bullshit when I was younger, busting out windows, ties. I probably should be in prison. I done stabbed a couple niggas. I mean, but the stuff that I used to do when I was
Okay,
young.
you talking about being young and stupid. We talking about being
I know,
old
but
and
I'm
stupid.
saying I'm glad I went through it young, so I won't have to do it now.
But that's growth, right?
Yes, you would
Right.
not see me fighting over no nigga in my 40s. I got too many health problems. You would not see me arguing with no bitch about nothing. The only people that I got to argue about is Alabama Power, the water company every now and then, something like that, somebody I owe some money to. But when it comes to a family, I've learned, okay, I'm not going back and forth with you. So if you old and stupid, I feel like you choosing to be old and stupid.
Heck yeah, you choosing. That's what you choosing because you got some. Okay, just like you got the level systems like auntie, and shit like that. Like you shouldn't be out there on the corner with the young boys and they calling you or pops.
Still trapping.
Understood.
But that's the mindset they have.
How about you
And
getting
they're
the
a product of their environment.
Or you can't be,
Listen, product of the environment, all that stuff, I get that, but at some point in time, you should know better.
You should
know what I
know
mean?
better.
And so that's the point of this conversation. Like, there's a lot of older people who are still stupid, who are still dumb as hell, who still do
That's
dumb
why I
shit.
said
Okay, so
they
let's say
choosing it.
Let's say this. A lot of people choose to remain stupid because they don't want to be accountable. Because the first
Or is they comfortable?
Or they stuck. They just stuck.
They're
Old
comfortable.
people just be stuck in their ways. And once again, I'm a use the 16, 70-year-old generation. They love to tell you what they done did and this and that and the other. They see you actively working towards something, right? But they can't. They cannot help you navigate what you want to do. Neither.
they settled, they comfortable.
They
Yeah,
comfortable
Yeah,
with
you're right.
that.
Set in their ways. But I think too, still in some instances, it's accountability. Like I said, a lot of people, like how you say the guy that you talk to, like he never put himself in a position to be okay. I feel like when you go through stuff like how you say you did a lot of dumb stuff in your younger days, right? When you go through stuff, at some point your mind click and go, okay, am I the problem? Or what could I do different? Even if you feel like you're not the problem, what can I do different? What am I doing wrong? Let me do something. Insanity is to keep doing the same shit, thinking you're going to get a different result.
Exactly.
If you keep getting the same result, at some point, your mind has to click and be accountable to yourself and say, okay, what can I do different? What am I doing wrong? All the things I just said, like that's still accountability to me. That's growth.
Yeah, I
For
think
sure.
some people just don't want to change.
That's what I meant by a lot of people don't want to be accountable. It's easier for them to say, man, but he say, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? It's easier for them to say that and then go and try that same game somewhere else. And they just gonna keep knocking on doors until somebody open and guess what? You get a trauma bond. Now you get a tribe of people around you that share that same wound or same mentality, and y'all create this comfort tribe. And y'all live amongst that tribe, and then 20 years go by and you sit in that.
For sure.
Yep.
Now, listen, I want to say these quick points, then we'll get on to the next one. A rehash of everything that we've said. One, age doesn't automatically equal wisdom. I think we all agree with that.
Right.
Definitely.
Respect is something that should be earned, right?
Definitely.
Right.
Okay.
Definitely.
Bad advice can come from elders.
Definitely.
Now, I'm not saying it always does. That's not what I'm saying, but
Right,
it
right.
can come from. And then experience without reflection doesn't always produce growth. So a lot of people have the experience, but they never took time to think about those experiences. And so they still, like to your point, they still end up doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Down the merry-go-round, just going round and round and round.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to do for you. Can be old and stupid. All right. The next one we're going to do is, this is the headline one, right? Everyone loves a scammer until. Okay, come on. Let me pass this over. I'll redo this for the clip over again. All right. You got a lot of cushion. You shouldn't need all that anyway, right? I thought that's how it's supposed to go.
That's why your back hurts.
No, understood. Okay, so let's start this over. Everyone loves a scammer until. The reason why I decided to talk about this one is in this city in particular. It seems like all we do is celebrate motherfuckers that scam, whether it's ladies or men. So a motherfucker, a nigga, or whatever word that you want to use right now applies to both men and women right now. These are the people that we celebrate in this city. These are the people that we tend to celebrate on social media. These are the people that we celebrate in life, right? But the problem is everybody keeps wanting to celebrate them until certain stuff comes to. Or when the backlash comes. For instance, PPP loans, right? Everybody was helping the folks spend all that money. Everybody was out there. But then we got a lot of people that still now starting to go to jail because of all those schemes. They're still.
Yeah, they been
I got a personal partner I played poker with.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking about, but their problem was they ended up being like $1 million scheme. So I don't know why they thought they was going to get away with
everybody
that.
that kind of kept it under $100,000 kind of slid under the radar.
There's still some that got caught.
Some still got caught.
But in general, most people didn't. But it was cool though. Everybody was fine with it. Everybody want to do the crime. Everybody want to hang around the people when they got the money. But those same folks can't get nobody to put nothing on their books right now.
Commissary.
I know that. I done got calls. I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing this conversation. Some of them same scammers that y'all loved is in my inbox saying, you need to talk about this because now that I'm hemmed up, where everybody at? Because y'all loved me then. Y'all don't love me now.
That's how it usually go.
That's one of the angles. Okay. But I'm gonna start with Sky on this one. Everybody loves a scammer until. You got a story or you got something for that?
Everybody loves a scammer until it's you that's being scammed.
Thank you.
Here we go.
There you go.
No,
I gotta. Hold on, I need you to say that one more time.
There you go.
Everybody
again.
loves a scammer until it's you being scammed.
Yep. I like that.
And by that is, okay, let's say, you meet a scammer, you trying to get a couple of thousand maybe or whatever, but you really don't know this person. You really don't know them, but you know of them through people that they have gotten money for and it went through whatever the case may be, but you never know what the level of their relationship is, right? So now you done been put onto this scammer gonna get you some money. So things start panning out right. You feeling confident because some people that say this legit and they showed you proof, right? So okay, now you want to jump on the bandwagon, but it don't work out like that for you. It don't happen like that for you. Now you checking in, trying to find out what's going on and this and that. And it's something wrong with the processing, or now you can't get them the answer. Now they done blocked you. Now you want to say all type of shit to tarnish their name or whatever. But in the beginning, you was bragging on them. You was even telling people about them and referring other people to them before you even got what you needed to get, and they got you.
That is a classic story that happens.
That happens a lot.
All the time. Y'all remember them circle things that you have to put in the $50 and everything? People don't realize that is just a Ponzi scheme.
Wait a minute, you think that was a scam?
Yeah, all those are.
Yeah.
Because where does the money come from? It comes from you, right?
Right, but it pays out to everybody once your turn comes.
There's always somebody who don't get their turn. That's how everybody else gets paid.
Oh, I don't know about
That's how they work. So if everybody puts in $50, right? So then somebody can get that $500 The next person can get that 500 or whatever. Eventually, there's going to come a time where there's going to be people on the back end that can't. That's why if you do that, you need to be always be one of the first people. When those start around, jump on in the beginning. If you see it's been going for a couple of weeks or whatever, don't do that. Those are the ones that always get screwed. No people all the time. All those things, even the ones for bingo and stuff like that. Don't jump
You
on
think
them
bingo
early.
is a scam?
Sometimes they are. Them folks, some people don't be getting their money. All those things, man. What else we have? I had
Golly.
them on my phone.
That's
Really?
weird.
Yeah, man.
I
All
like
these
bingo.
now, okay.
I'm wasting my money.
No, I'm talking about the online bingo.
Look, she finna start.
I'm talking about the online bingo. Talking about the online bingo.
Oh,
Then even these raffles and stuff, right? Listen, let me tell you. If we did a hot seat raffle and I said everybody, let's say $20 a ticket, right? For a TV. Who you think gonna win that TV?
me.
Now, whoever you choose,
Or somebody I know, and guess where that TV is gonna go? Back at my house for the next raffle 2 weeks from now.
Is that
That's
what
how
they
it
do?
goes. That's how they do it.
I done
They
seen it in my
rarely
face.
give it to people for real who actually have won. Because what's easier? Keep the $500 TV with you and then say, hey, I'm gonna tell you won it, but I'm gonna shoot you $40 or $50
Right,
or whatever, $100. But I done got $2,000 for the raffles for this thing, and then I can keep redoing it. Be the
I
same
have
TV.
seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Okay, because listen, let me tell you something. I'm a poet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like to go up to Atlanta and do the shows and whatever, blah blah blah. And so now that you're saying that, it make a lot of sense because my very first time doing poetry in Atlanta was at Apache, and the guy, it was $50 to get in the contest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody pays that $50. It's probably about 9-10 of us or whatever. And the guy that won, I promise you, and this is no knock because poetry is poetry, creativity is creativity. But the guy that won, he spoke no words. He spoke no words. And it was me and 2 other people got like rave reviews. Like people were coming up like, oh my God, you did so good. The guy that won, what he did as a poem was he beatboxed, and he said that was his poem, Alexa. So in the beginning, he goes, Alexa, play, and then he started beatboxing the song that he says play, and then he goes into beatboxing, and it was a nice vibe, and you won, and I'm like, no shade, but nigga, that wasn't poetry.
Yeah,
I can't speak on that individual thing,
there was a
but
scene.
what I can say is,
Now that he's saying that makes sense. I'm
it's
like, that
easy
was a
to
scheme.
say,
That was
look,
probably somebody he knew
yeah, I'll shoot you half of that. I get half.
because the
'Cause
prize
you know
is
you wasn't gonna-
$1,500.
Exactly. And now I got to do it. There's clubs who do things like that where they'll do best costume or something
That's why
like
I
that.
do not
That's
pay
why
the
I
page.
saw it.
They
That's
pick
why I
somebody
saw
that they
it.
know.
Best
Yes.
costume,
Yes.
best shaking ass, all that type of stuff.
Yes.
I feel so fucking green right now because I'm like,
That's
I done seen
exactly
it, but I done
why
seen it
I
happen
do
in my
not
face.
do
Hold
them
on.
competitions.
One at a time, y'all. Somebody go and then.
Go ahead.
I feel so green. Do you know how many poetry contests? I'm like, here's my money. And they're like, come on in,
You better
And now
stop.
when you, I feel so green. Like, how could I not? How?
You know.
How do I not see that?
It's,
Well, that's why we have these type of conversations.
Mhm. That's
Yeah,
why I
educate.
believe in transparency, right? So I always have a scoring sheet. Anything that I do, if I'm the judge, I have a scoring sheet because I know a lot of people around here. So anybody can always say, oh, you know that person or whatever. I'll be like, I make detailed notes. They be mad at me how long it take for me to put my scorecard in. I'm like, okay, you got a 7. This is why you got a 7 for da-da-da-da-da. Your outfit wasn't conducive. You didn't really look like an artist, or your lyrics were subpar compared to the other artist, or whatever the situation is. Because you ain't going to say that shit about me. Because I know people, right? For instance, Mischievous, who's on the show a lot, her daughter is a rapper. So sometimes her daughter is there at things. They know I know Mischievous. If anything, I probably grade her harder to make sure. And there's been a time or two that she's won or she's gotten top 3, based on what was ever. But I make sure everything on point. Here you go. I will screenshot my shit so that when you jump in my inbox to ask me about it, here you go. Here go your what's called.
And you know what's another I know folks gonna be like, "What?"
Talk to him.
But I don't give a damn.
We ain't gonna say no names, but you know.
No, I ain't gonna say no names. You know, a lot of these fashion shows be scams too.
And what? Wait, how do you do that? You know, I'm with Sky on this one. Like everybody like a scammer till you get scammed. I agree.
You go ahead. Go ahead, Sky.
Okay, so in the early beginnings of my modeling career, right?
Okay, before you say anything, I'm sorry. Let's put out your credentials when it comes to this, because so motherfuckers they can't come for you or nothing like that. This is somebody who has walked in New York Fashion Week,
LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. I've been published in 7 editorials. I've been a brand ambassador for at least 3 well-known designers in Louisiana and in Atlanta, and I've been on the billboards in Atlanta twice, running for at least 6 months, both ads. And I say I've been published in a couple of editorials and magazines.
So let me translate for you. Okay,
So-
she do this shit. So before y'all jump in the comments,
Right.
because
she
y'all
know
been a
what
little
she
extra
talking
in the
about.
comments lately on different things, you know what I'm saying? But she got the credentials to say whatever the fuck she wants to say right now. So go ahead.
So as an early model, not really knowing anything, right? I did pay to be in shows, in fashion shows. But when I paid to be in those shows, you know, after like a couple of them, I was like, well, what did I get in return as the model? You know what I'm saying? I didn't get anything. I had to travel. I had to provide makeup and hair, you know, the essentials that I needed, my food, you understand? And sometimes you had to fight to get the pictures from the show. And when a model is working, because that's what we're doing, we're working, we're showing off the product, we're selling the product. We're selling your product. And don't you know how much those designers be charging for them outfits and stuff that the models wear after they spend hours of rehearsals? Let's not talk about rehearsals before the show. Whether they choose to take off time for work than the ones that have to travel. They don't get compensated for none of that shit. You understand? And for them to charge $600 for a piece that they sold off a model and not give the model anything, that is bullshit. That's a scam.
Okay.
So they don't pay you for none of it?
No. Which a model should never have to pay to be in a show. You know, a lot of people be like, "Oh, you getting exposure, you getting this and you getting that." Well, as a fashion show is supposed to give you that exposure because you're selling products. You get what I'm saying? You're supposed to get the exposure. People are supposed to come to your fashion show that are looking for models to hire, because after a show is done, then the models are, you know, they looking to be booked. Who in the audience is ready to grab a model, or what job can a model book after your fashion show? That's some exposure. That's putting people on a whole nother level and putting them through the door.
Yeah.
So
that's just another example of a scam. That, you know,
because if you ain't got nobody out there that's gonna give them a deal or in an agency or put them on another level of modeling, then you are scamming these people.
I got some more for y'all about these fake gurus, whether it's the relationship gurus or whatever.
Child.
Now, as a person who does a podcast where we talk about relationships, right? But I'm talking about these people. You can watch the damn podcast for free. Okay, so you're not being scammed.
Right.
You don't have to watch.
we-
You know what I'm saying? Well,
No,
mine
we
right
talking
now.
about
Mine.
we talking about the
I'm talking about
podcast.
now, how I
that
see
we-
with EJ Town. I don't have a Patreon. I don't do all that stuff. You hear on this. You don't. I tell them in the beginning. What did I say? You don't have to give anything. You just double tap the screen to share for me. You don't got to send nothing, right? So this one's free. But you got some that are Patreon, they want to give you a little piece of something, and they'll give you some real, like, sound juicy nugget, and then they'll stop and be like,
If you want the complete message,
Yes.
you got to go to the Patreon or join the members only side.
yeah, fuck all that. So y'all some damn scammers. Shout out to Lily and Shay, who both pulled up on the live. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, and hey, y'all. What's good? What's good? Wish y'all was here. You know, I understand y'all got things going on. But now you got people who just scam in relationships, period. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, them homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be loving them. Y'all love them. They just come lay pipe and y'all love them so fucking much.
That's the real
You know what I'm saying?
scam.
Okay. We can go back to some of these, but I just want to say the rest of them. You got the music industry scam. You know what I mean? You got people out here, folks got to pay you, payola to play your song on the
Or give
radio
up their booty.
as a person, whether it's booty or whether it's money or whether it's whatever that it
They
is.
sure
You know what I'm
do.
saying? As a person who is on radio, it's like y'all be charging folks to simply play their song.
Well, you know
Okay,
how it
cuz.
works.
Okay. All right. Then you got churches.
Oh,
right?
that's the
Okay.
the biggest
We did this
scam
one
of the-
before.
Now let's not all church now.
we did.
I was
Now,
just finna say
majority.
That's
Every-
a fine line,
Everything that we
EJ.
said could be said, not all. All right.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay.
Just like when men be like, not all men, y'all be like, nigga, shut up. We talking about what we talking about. Like, yeah, we get it.
I like your shit.
Okay. You got general pyramid schemes. These my sons, not mine.
Mm.
But I tell the truth. And then just hustle culture in general, right? They just be scamming in general. So which one of these y'all will talk about? We already did the PPP fraud, fake gurus, relationship scammers. Oh, also these scammers in politics. We got them too, right?
Oh yeah.
We
yeah.
got these political
I
grifters.
think they right up under the church right there.
We got these
Yeah.
political
But
grifters.
that go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
was just finna say.
which
say
one of
they
these
right
y'all
up
wanna
under
talk
the
about?
church,
Yeah.
they like they
I
got
mean,
together.
we could talk about the church and politics.
Yeah, let's talk about church and politics.
Okay, take one and go. We start off with Sky and then we work our way down.
Okay, well, first of all, I think the most churches or some churches, all they want is money, because when it's time to pour back in the community, or when someone is in need, it's always an excuse of why the church can't help, or why the church can only do so much, or why the church only have this amount of money, but your preacher and first lady rolling up in Bentleys and Rolls Royces and shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's an example. What is that? Which one you want to tackle, Ebony?
You know, that's. I love. Okay, I just want to say, and you just took the words out of my mouth. You know, that's not all churches. Just like it's not all men. Just like it's not all politics. Just like, you know, you just got to be careful who you choose to be in agreement or covenant with. You know what I mean?
But that ain't what we talking about. I'm talking about
He
talk to me
said
about some
choose
scammers.
one. Choose the scam, the church or politics.
Oh,
I'm going
different
with
type.
politics.
Go ahead. What's up? All right, what's up?
I'm going with politics.
Safe.
Oh yeah, I'm playing safe. I'm gonna go with politics. If you, I'm just gonna say this because I haven't had a lot of Well, you know what? I'm green apparently, so I can't say I haven't had a lot of scam experiences. I probably
Yes,
was
you have.
scammed
You
in-
been the one being scammed. You got plenty of scam
That's what
experience.
I'm saying. Like I didn't even realize I was like, oh, like whatever. But you know what I'm saying. So I can't really say a lot on that end. But I only say like when it come to politics, like when they running these races and doing it and making all these promises and whoop whoop whoop, and then once they actually get elected into these positions and seats, and they don't make good on their
They
promises,
just want the title.
Example.
and then they do the rebuttal with, "Well, it takes time," and they might kick my ass for this one, but I don't even care because that Obama made a lot of promises, allegedly. I don't want to get in trouble for that,
He
but
did do sit poet. You can't fix everything.
okay, and that's what we hear right there. That's the scam. That's the scam.
But if you said you're gonna do something, you should do it.
I feel like this. When it comes to those races, don't make promises you know you can't keep. You tell us everything you need to get those votes. And then when you get in those seats, you want to backpedal and say, well, I did want to do that, but I can't fix everything. or I can't do this by myself,
But that's
or
the truth.
or it has to be voted in. It
Uncle
might be
Trump.
true. Okay, I'm not gonna say that's not true. Let's just say this. If that's true, say that shit.
They don't know.
The scam is the lie that you tell. The scam isn't the lie.
Oh, yeah.
Who don't know?
Your uncle.
You're not gonna tell me that you're educated to the level of being able to run for these positions and then tell
Well-
me you didn't know that
well,
that you was lying.
Well, we got that orange monkey for
I guess, yeah, your uncle.
president, and what education he got?
Y'all remember that
The
song?
whole
I ain't
United
saying
Yeah.
he got no
States.
education.
Do y'all
but
remember that song? I never make a promise that I can't keep. Yo,
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right. Now, I will say this, and by all means, do not come for me live. I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter, but with him, you get what you get. You get what you get. He tell you he a dog, and then he go be a dog.
And they still voted for him.
And they still voted for him. Hey, he won. Hey, he tell you he a dog, and then he go be a dog.
So then,
That man reneged on a lot of shit he said.
Hell yeah, he did. But he put it out there who
And
he
he
was.
also did a lot of shit he said he was gonna do.
Who?
Yeah.
Everything he said he was gonna get fucking rid of, the motherfucker did.
But he told you what he was gonna do, and he did it. They voted him in there. That's y'all
It's my
president.
turn yet.
go ahead.
So I don't do a lot of political, cause politicals get my blood pressure up. But the whole United States of America got scammed. The
Can we
whole
get a hand
United
clap
States
or
of
something on
America
that?
got scammed.
Or is the scam?
Or drop a bomb. Like,
With the president, I hope we don't get kicked off. We can't say this on president. Cause you know they keep Jimmy Kimmel off TV for a whole
Girl,
month.
we ain't big enough to be.
But anyway, you know.
We ain't worry about them little niggas
But
down
let me say,
there.
the whole United
Yeah.
States of America got scammed. They brought in what that meant, Elon Musk.
Mhm.
He paid people to vote for Trump and everything. With it was $1 million. He was telling folk $1 million. He sending folk $1 million. He was doing
Oh.
something. He was paying for money.
Girl, I ain't know that.
How you ain't know? You ain't see all that? He was paying for $1 million to vote for Trump.
You know what? Judge me at your own will, because I can't do too much of the news because a lot of it is fabricated, and then a lot of it makes me emotional.
no, he was paying them folks some money. Elon Musk. And
Yeah, I'm pretty
he's
sure
the
he
richest
probably
man
was.
in America. He was paying them for him and Donald Trump is two of the most powerful and richest people in the United States. Go look it up, Google it. Google tell you about
My
it.
boy got a trillion.
And then
he a trillionaire.
not
lying,
only
yeah.
have you noticed, ever since Trump been here, I say for the first 60 I'm gonna say 60 days to 6 months, you ain't heard nothing else from Elon Musk. Cause Elon Musk did hit power. Got him in the White House.
Nah, they was beefing for a little minute though.
Got the hell on.
Mhm.
They was
After all
beefing
that.
He
for a
did hit
little
power
minute
though.
though.
He did hit power, but
He
the
got,
whole
he did his
United
part,
States
got
got
his
scammed.
money, and got
We got
the
that
hell
orange
on.
orangutan up in there. But
But-
I'm gonna tell you what that man said. What did they call that 2025 book or whatever? Everything
Yeah,
he said he was gonna
girl.
get rid. Anything that's supposed to help black folks. Social Security, Medicare, food stamp, your stamp, they stamp, this whatever. He cutting all the people food stamp. Anything that got anything to do with black folks. Read it.
Well,
it's
actually,
public
it's
record.
more
So-
white people on food stamps than
It is.
That is true.
But his thing was to make black people lower than what they already was. To make us even have to struggle even more. And what people don't even realize, we are still in slavery. We just ain't got the chains on. We
Mm.
still in slavery.
It's a different form of it. Understood. Now, the one that I want to talk about that touches me the most right now, we'll go back to the podcast stuff, right? It's a lot of scams, and how they get you is echo chambers. So echo chamber is, I hear something I like, that's what I'm going to focus on. It validates how I feel, and so that's what I'm going to gravitate to. One of the main reasons that I have women, and particularly black women, on this show, okay, 90% of it isn't the way that y'all look. It's the fact that I need something that is different from how I talk and how I feel. right? But that is still in my community, right? Because we're all black at the end of the day. We have different experiences, but coming from the feminine perspective, coming from whether you're married, whether you're single, whether it's whatever, you guys think differently than I do. And so I always, when I started and even before, I always wanted to be the type of podcast that had different opinions. We could have debate, respectful debate, go back and forth, so it wouldn't be an echo chamber. Because I feel that those, have you ever had somebody, or since y'all are women, have y'all ever dated a guy and he was sending you all these podcast things and shit like that, and it's the same fucking perspective? That red pill, women need accountability, women need to be better, women be, I see some eyes rolling, I see some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Blocked.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You say you block them? You don't like when they send you podcast reels?
When it's overly the
I
same
can look up my goddamn self
thing.
if I want to see it real.
Hold on, let me land the plane. I got it. But my point is they get only a specific, because the algorithm is going to give you what you want to hear.
Right.
That's why I hate when people be like, why did this come on my algorithm? 9 times out of 10, it came on because you've been looking up something like that
this
or
is what
something
you
similar
always
to
looking
it.
at.
So yes, if you get my phone and you see some big booty ladies or you see some drumming videos
That's
or you
what
see
you
some whatever,
always looking
that's what the
at.
fuck I be looking at. Like, it is what it is. So that's kind of what you went to. So that red pill stuff, I hate that. And then I also hate the blue pill where it's like you could just do everything, right? Normal in life, we're somewhere purple. We're somewhere, there's a give and there's a take. And I think that these podcasts, they're not doing a good job of being honest. I want to say what I think is going to catch the eye so I can get the views.
I don't even just think
Not what you actually like truly believe.
they just want to be seen to me.
Exactly. I can say that 95% of the stuff that I say, I believe, or I will purposely do like a take so you can look, but I'm still going to give you the real and the balanced. You know what I'm saying? I will come back and I'll balance it out.
Right.
Like even this, you can be old and stupid. Yes, it's said like that on purpose for people to look and be like, but we did a balanced take saying about what it was. That's what I believe. So yeah. Jazz.
Huh?
Last on, since this one was really for you. That's the scamming. You got anything else on the scams? Because Ebony can't really talk about it because she be on.
I
I said
Scam.
that's the biggest scam. Now you want to talk about the church? I can talk about the church.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about the
Okay,
church.
now I love the Lord. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And I have been in the church all my life because my daddy was a pastor, my grandma was whatever. She wanted to be in the church. We stayed in church all the time. I done got baptized about 15 times through my whole life. But I've been to different churches, Holiness, Baptist, whatever. And I had to find what fed my soul and fed my spirit and what was my refuge. When I went to a church and they passed that bucket around more than 2 times,
Come on now.
I'm not coming back to that church because and then you ain't here for the Lord. You ain't here to tell the people about God, and you're not here to be the shepherd of your sheep. You're here to get a paycheck.
Well,
And like she said, I don't like the mega churches. I done been in church and this man said out his mouth, it was $16 million or something, and I'm looking at this man like he's preaching a good word, but you is conducting. You was a pimp.
Remember that?
You is a pimp.
Creflo Dollar.
Oh, you say Creflo.
I be doggone if I go to a church and I ain't saying, hey, if Lord done bless you with a Mercedes Benz and a Bentley, Ferrari, whatever you got parked out there in the yard at the church though. That's you. But I would not be attending your church. You're not getting none of my money.
So can I say
Period.
something?
Go
I'm just
go ahead.
listen. When you put it that way, so did you guys see Marvin Sapp? You seen that?
When he told him to close the door, I did a whole like hour on that by
Yo.
myself.
I love love me some Marvin Sapp. When I seen that broke my heart. I'm like, what have you got yourself into? Who you owe?
What he
What
said,
gambling
what
debt
he
you
had
got?
said, everybody got to pull out something.
He told
When
them
he
to close
locked
the doors.
He
and
locked
told
the door.
them
They were not leaving until they reached what?
I don't
A,
remember
$40,000.
a set of money, but yeah,
Yeah.
until they got their money.
Yeah, that was a scam. And guess what? Just like Scott said, it ain't finna go to none of them people that's hungry. Their food stamp that got cut off. Their water bill might need to be paid or something like that. It's going straight into them folks' households.
I wish.
And for them to now, what I do now, I let the Lord lead me. I go get my word, write my little notes, and I'm on out the door. Everybody in the church know. They be having to stop me. We having some food downstairs because they already know I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I came for the word, and it's time for me to dip. Now, if I can't go to my pastor because I'm having a hard time, and my church can't give me help, that ain't the place for me.
after you done been paying 10% of your income.
Paying 10%, even if I don't have it. Because a lot of times you don't have it.
Mhm.
Girl,
It's
I was
a lot of
sewing out of my
people-
food stamps and all.
You supposed
No,
you
it's a
supposed
lot of
to. You're
people
supposed
that
to have
don't be
compassion
having it.
for others. You're supposed to have compassion for your community. You're supposed to, the Bible said, love thy neighbor as I have loved you. And that's how you supposed to lead your church.
And it be people that be giving they last to the church because they are trained to do that. Oh, I got to pay my tithes and offerings. and this
Yes.
and that and the
Nah,
other.
if I ain't got
It's
it, baby,
like,
I ain't got it.
I won't
If I
get
ain't
blessed. The
got
Lord ain't gonna
10%
see me if
and I only
don't
got
do
5%, I'm gonna put my 5% in there. I'm not finna sit up here and say every Sunday, nope, I do not.
Because I
If
got
I ain't
little
got
old
it, I ain't
ladies
got it.
at work, my clients, and they'll tell me when they come to get their services done because they want to look right Sunday in church, they be like, oh, I ain't go to church last Sunday. I wasn't feeling well, but I sent my tithes though. And I be saying in my head, okay.
All right,
okay
y'all.
then.
We got to move on to the next topic. Next topic is going to be tone policing.
Say it again.
Tone policing. Now,
Tone like your voice.
yeah,
Oh.
exactly. So for this one, right, I got a couple of questions. Does delivery matter more than the truth? And
Wait,
people,
explain what tone policing is.
tone policing is when somebody says something to you. Have you heard the saying, it's not what you
say,
said, it's
but
how you said it.
it. Okay.
Exactly.
I get tone policed all the time.
So
All the time. All the time.
go ahead then, Jazz.
All the time.
You get tone
Well,
police.
Okay, so I speak loudly because first I like to hear myself, and a lot of people don't know that I only have 65% of hearing in my left ear. On my left side, it feels like I'm up on the water. So I have to hear myself. If I don't hear myself, then I feel like my words are not coming out clearly enough. And then I'm dyslexic too. So it's like I'm doing this, and then I got to think about what I say and process it before I get it out of my mouth or whatever. So it's not that I intentionally try to speak loud or what she said. I spoke aggressively,
Mm-hmm.
or I sound very masculine, or I angry. I can't hear. I'm half deaf in my left ear. Now, I do notice when I'm passionate about something, my tone rises. It's not intentionally.
Why are you looking like
EJ is training me on that, but I don't know how to be quiet. I don't. Like ever since, especially since I have my ear problem. Like before I injured my ear, I probably had a quieter voice and a quieter tone. But I know when I'm passionate about stuff and it erupts in me, I know that I do tend to hyperextend a little bit more. But I'm working on it. But mostly it's because I can't hear out this left ear. And I hate when people try to correct me. Why you talking so loud? Bitch, I can't hear. I'm trying to hear my voice so you can hear me too. It's not that I'm trying to be aggressive or passive aggressive, whatever word they want to use. I want to hear myself so you can understand me and we be on the same page.
For sure. Now, let me read the exact definition for those matter-of-factly ass niggas. Well, actually, that wasn't really the term. So the tone policing is a rhetorical tactic that derails a conversation by critiquing how the point is delivered, such as the speaker's emotional expression, volume, or perceived attitude, rather than engaging with the substance of their message. It frequently manifests as a deflection mechanism, especially when discussing sensitive topics. And that last part is, to me, the most important thing.
Sensitive topic.
Sensitive topics. So, Sky, talk to me. Have you been tone police, or do you tone police people?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both, if I want to be honest. In many positions that I had, right, I was in a supervisor position, and I would have to get counseled at times because it was
That's a
reported.
good way to put it.
Yeah.
Counseled.
It was reported that I was being aggressive to my employees or, whoever I was supervising. And I would ask for examples of how I was being aggressive. And I couldn't get any physical
Explanation.
physical explanations or examples of how I was being aggressive other than what I said to them. And so I would ask, well, did I say anything wrong? No.
No, it's just the way you said it.
It
And
was
comes to-
how you said it in a way I said, well, how was I supposed to say it? Because when I said it like this,
you wouldn't understand.
it was, I wasn't getting the results that I needed. So, and then when I said it like this, I still wasn't getting results that I needed. So finally, when I said it like this, a motherfucker understand what the hell I was saying. So
She right though.
and do tone is it important in situations? It's situational. Because I can be you could be talking to me about something that you going through, and I'm giving you feedback, but I'm talking at you and not to you, and that whole interaction and conversation rubbed you the wrong way because I was talking at you and not to you, and not talking to you with sympathy and love. It was, probably was a little aggressive, and I can be that way at times.
I'm glad that you was able to say that and stuff. That's good.
That's real good.
That's real good.
That accountability working.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ms. Alchemy.
I'm gonna piggyback off of Sky because I'm in the same boat she's in. Like, I'm on both ends of the spectrum. Like, one of my close friends in our friend group, and even now that my children are grown, they feel like they can express themselves. You know what I mean? Right. And they feel like they can express themselves. I've been told, like, and I do. I recognize it. I take that accountability. But they like, well, you didn't have to say it like that. Or, Mom, sometimes I just wanted to vent. Or even with my friends when we're talking, and I'm just like, okay, but you do realize, like, that's stupid. Like, what? And they just like,
Did you call me stupid?
yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, okay. Or they could be telling me something, and I'm like, okay, but why would you even do that?
Right.
Do you hear yourself?
That sounds stupid.
You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? I don't, but I don't mean it in, like, even when
In a malicious
in
way.
a malicious way. I swear to people, I do not mean it in a malicious way. I just have a way. Okay, so like when it comes to my kids, I've always said I don't want to pacify them. I'm not gonna, or when it just come to people, period. I'm not here to pacify your emotions. I have a way of thinking, and I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I feel like if I could do it, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? If I could stand here and tell myself, check myself, look at myself in the mirror, I'm gonna hold you to that standard. I'm not gonna hold nobody to a standard that I'm not gonna hold myself to. You understand what I'm saying? So if I could swallow the truth, then you need to be able to do it. So if I'm standing here and we having a conversation, but you'll rather me be the type of person to tell you what you want to hear, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I like to have real conversation. I like to have truthful conversation. Let's be honest with ourselves and each other.
I like that. I like to have those conversations.
All that other shit is fluff. I ain't here for the fluff. I'm not here to make you feel like la 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 la. We're standing in fire, but it's gonna go away. Like, who the fuck does that?
I agree.
But then I've also, like, because I think some people, it's easier for them or comfortable for them to just be delusional. It's a safe space. Delusion is a safe space for them. And it's uncomfortable for me to deal with delusional fucking people.
So what I've learned, you have to meet
women are delusional.
You have to meet
real
people.
bad.
You have to meet people where they at.
Okay.
All right,
okay,
I gotta jump in. I gotta jump in right here. I got to. All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
As a man,
Okay.
this is a conversation that a lot of men have with their ladies about tone, about it's not how we say it. Excuse me, it's not what we said, it's how we say it.
Right.
Now, each one of you have said that you can see it, you know, you're at work or, you know, with your kids and stuff like that. Somehow, it always seems to be harder when we're in the relationship part. Now, y'all always want to talk about relationships and stuff.
Well, I
Know what I'm
was trying
saying?
not to talk about relationships.
Y'all always want to talk about them.
I was trying to leave that
Well, I
out.
was gonna go
We
there,
gon- we
but
gon-
I
we
know
gon-
y'all get tired of talking about relationships.
We're gonna
Yeah, that's what
do it
I
right.
said. I thought he was through talking about relationships because you always be talking about nigga this.
Oh, but this is one where the niggas got a heads up on. So of course I'm gonna talk about it right now.
Oh,
Right?
I got
So
a heads up.
yeah, we got a heads
Go
up.
ahead,
Okay.
Because this is what
wide open.
we deal with this a lot.
I know what you're about to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We
what you
deal
gotta
with this
say.
a lot because when we like try to show any type of like correction or whatever and things like that, unless it is said with the most flowery language, like you have to really what you have to do is it's called build, destroy, build. In order to say one thing negative, you have to have something positive in front of it and have something positive after it before you guys will listen. You know what I mean?
Like a child, though.
I mean,
But that's what I mean by pacifying.
you said it. I didn't.
No, but for me, tell me, nigga, tell me so we can get this shit over with.
I'm glad that you think that. The average lady doesn't tend to think this.
That
Okay,
is annoying.
You said it, not me. But
That
anyway,
is annoying. I could not
So-
fucking deal with that. Like, just tell. Can we just go and get this shit on the table so we can get? Okay, so my experience is the
Because-
opposite of yours.
man, let me finish, please. Not finish, but let me continue. In ways of correction, right? One, first of all, you have to be like literally 100% right because if there's any flaw
But the
in
man
your
gotta
logic,
be 100% right.
Yes.
yes, because if there's
I
any
will
flaw
pick it
in your
apart.
logic, exactly, and we end
I
up
will
spending
pick
more
that shit
time
apart.
talking about that 10% than that 90%.
Hmm.
Because once you see a crack in the armor, you hitting it.
Some of the women.
Yes, you hitting it. I'm talking about with the scraps.
You
Seeing
better
that
be
just-
able to stand on business with that.
Okay,
Your
so
sources, your facts.
exactly. So that's that's a problem in itself because nobody is perfect, even in their responses to the issues that they have with you, right? You know what I mean? If you use a lot of time, men will use absolutes when they talk, right? We don't mean that. Oh, well, and really, people will do this. You always, right? You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say that. But the intention is most of the time you do this. But sometimes it comes out as always when you're kind of upset and, you know, you're in the heat of the moment or where you always don't do this. Or if you say, you know, you never have this done on time. What you mean never? This one time right here last week that I actually did that. So it invalidates your whole entire argument. That's what we deal with. So Now, let's pull it back. If it's said aggressively, then it's, you're not gonna talk to me like that. I'm not your
Child.
okay. So I just want to put this out. So tone policing happens a lot of times in relationships. A lot. Men do it also, but I'm talking about the women right now.
Mm.
Now, y'all go ahead, jump in. I got plenty more.
Well, I'm glad I ain't got no relationship like
But y'all
that.
go ahead.
I've also learned this since you took it to the relationship part,
Mhm.
that you get a better response out of a man when you go into your feminine tone. When you talking to him, like you said,
He shut down.
you talking he shuts completely the fuck down. But if you use a certain tone, and this is crazy, I know it sounds crazy, but if you take a standpoint of a softer tone, a more feminine tone, a less aggressive tone, he hears you.
Right.
He hears you.
And
He
sometimes
feels
you got
safe in that
to
space to-
allow the man to talk. Because if you don't allow the man to talk, then we're going to run him out the damn house.
See, but this is what I'm learning. And I'll tell you why, because not just in relationships, but all over, I'm learning I'm learning Ebony is not what you say, it's how
you
you're
say
saying it. And so that's something that I've been working on, because like I just said, I'm so used to like, okay, so what's the problem? So we can get this out the way, because we got to be ready by 8. You know what I mean? Like that's me. I like, let's just do, and that goes back to
Now,
being
what could you have
impatient.
said instead of that?
But I don't know. What do you mean?
First of all, what's the problem? You just take that out. That
Take that
sentence
out.
is filler. It's not even needed. You know what I mean?
Okay, so then I
It's-
would.
We have to, or something
need to
nice, something
talk?
sweet. Hey, babe, we're getting close to the time to leave. What's going on?
See, the part that I'm working on is I'm like, we're about to be late. Why do you have an attitude?
Attitude
That
about
second
what?
part don't need to be in there.
Okay.
It's, we're getting close to the time. What's going on?
Hey, babe, why do you have an attitude?
Now,
So what the fuck do you want me to say?
what's wrong?
I feel like that's pacifying, though.
Would you want to talk
hear
about it now or want to talk about it later? Because
Oh, hell. Hey, babe, I see you have an attitude. Can we talk about this when we come back?
Okay, so if I come to you and I say, seems like you have an attitude.
And I'm gonna be like, well, since you noticed my body language, earlier, yeah, when you did such and such and such and such and such, that bothered me.
But you know what? I don't like when people tell me I got an attitude.
And
That's
you
my
don't
point.
be having an
That's
attitude.
That's
and
my
then
point.
It
becomes an
then
attitude.
I get an attitude.
But if you can read a person's body language,
A lot of
It
people
tends
are
to be
not.
better for them to let you know, or you make yourself available for them to let you know. That's the part of dealing with other personalities and stuff. I have to deal with each one of y'all attitudes at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? I've had every one of y'all say something at some point in time, and I was like, what the fuck did I do? You know what I'm saying? And I've had to I had to check myself, because I could have easily responded back, you know what I'm saying, how I want to respond. And I said, as a leader of something, you still over here huffing it. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? And I had to maybe respond a different way.
I'll give
You know what I
you
mean?
a good example. Remember when we came?
Yep.
on
And
the
I
other
looked at you. I don't
yeah,
know
and
what
I'm
you're
like,
talking
are
about.
you in a mood?
Yep.
And he like,
and I looked at your ass like,
I think you were just bad.
yeah.
Remember, I come in, I'm like, are you in a mood? You okay? Did you have a good day? Did something happen? Because I don't know. I just, when I probably should say, hey, EJ,
Exactly.
are you okay?
Or you could have just hit me with that after the fact, you know, with just us. There's also people don't like to necessarily be confronted in front of other folks, because
Yes.
if I am feeling a certain kind of way, it might not have been for everybody to know.
No,
It
right.
might be that person that's in the room that I'm upset with at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving a potential examples. So you
that
cause
makes
into
sense.
it, then it's like,
You more irritated.
okay, now they're like, okay, is he mad at somebody or what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
in more
And now
attention.
everybody is in that
Right,
negative energy.
right.
You know what I mean? And so me as the, what word I want to use? I don't want to use that. I just want to use as the
Host.
moderator of this or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? My mood has to be in the middle. You know what I mean? I can't get too hyper. I can't get too anything. I have to be, you know, always have my head up. So when you called attention to it, that's why I gave that look. Like the look was like, bro, later. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I read that so wrong.
Yeah, that was that. Like, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? This seems to be a weak point for you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm definitely I'm working on how I say things to people. That's definitely, I'm big on accountability. I'm always saying I want to be accountable. But see, this is what I mean by tell me the truth. Don't fluff it for me because I miss social cues. Sometimes I miss social cues, like how you say you gave me, and I didn't catch that.
Are you
I
on the
miss
spectrum?
probably. I mean,
I think sometimes we just don't give a fuck. Sometimes you just got to give a fuck. When you decide to give a fuck, you'll change it because that's where I was. Now, that doesn't mean that it's you. But for me, I didn't give
I
a
want to
fuck.
say I'm on the spectrum.
Okay. But I didn't give a fuck until I was like
I
30,
give a fuck.
32. I just didn't give a fuck. I didn't care what anybody else thought. I was me. I pay all my bills by myself. I do everything I need to do by myself. I don't need no fucking body. I can come in here and do whatever. It's cool. That was what I was on, right?
Okay.
But
it
if
might
I
be a little,
decided
don't give a
to
fuck. Yeah.
when I decided to come in here and deal with other people and their energies on a regular basis, I had to make changes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking on all y'all energies at different points in times, how y'all feel. You might be in a bad mood because your nigga done did something or your friend done did something, whatever. We're either talking about it or it's coming out in the energy and stuff. So I've had to learn how to deal with all of that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah,
it's
that's a lot to
easier.
navigate.
It's easier if you just straightforward. You straightforward with someone. There's no confusion when you just straight shoot.
But
That sounds
for
good.
You. That's
Most
for
people aren't like that.
You.
Most people. So I know now, and you saying this, you know, it's on recording. So you know what I'm saying? I can come to you straightforward and be like,
It's so much
such and
easier
such and
for
such.
me.
Cool.
Like no shade, not being funny, not trying to be a jokester. Like it's easier for me because I might miss the cue. Whatever signal, I might miss that. So just shoot it straight. It's easier for me.
But just know from now on, when you see that look, that means table it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the look again? Okay.
See, I remember that look that quick. I remembered it. I looked at your
She
ass.
on the spectrum.
I looked at you. I went like, because I was like this, and then you said it, and I went. Even turned my head some. Had a whole new nigga in here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want that motherfucker know what be going on, you know what I'm saying? You could have ran that motherfucker away or some
I
shit.
missed it. I'm like, are you in a mood? Is it because the fan's off?
I'm
like,
like,
shut the
Fuck up. You said it, I finished it. Exactly. We don't need to let outsiders know what's going on in the house. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's
There we
almost
go.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, we are. Damn, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
What
it
time we
is.
started? We started at 8:40.
I gotta pick up the daughter.
All right, so we got one more we got one more topic. All right. This one, and we'll do just 10 minutes on this and get up out of here. Man, by the way, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Cool. We had about I don't know how many people we had at one point in time. It's not on here anymore, but I know we had 40 people at one point in time come in, and now so appreciate y'all that was here. So advice is cool, but where's the help? All right, I'm gonna start off this one. Sometimes y'all please shut the fuck up with all your goddamn advice if you're not about to bring your ass out here and help move something, pick up something, do something. Tired of motherfuckers always running their damn mouth talking about this what it should be, this how it could be. Nigga, get your ass in here and get in the fire.
what you should do.
Exactly.
Damn, I hate them.
What you should do.
Shut the fuck.
What you supposed to do. Okay. You want to tell me about this motherfucker, right? About my show. And I always be in my inbox telling me about what I should do. You ain't about now lighting this motherfucker. You don't come on the motherfucker. I can't even get you to come in here and be a body. But you always got something to say. If I can't even call you to say, because I have people who are dedicated that they just come in the beginning to make sure the audio is correct. Just made a call earlier. Hey, can you do that? That's all they do. That's they role. Make sure the audio is good so I don't do a whole damn show and I can't get no clips. Audio is good. Cool. Call me back 45 minutes later. Audio still good. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate you for what you do. That's cool. That you can say something to me about it if you have put some type of equity in there. Y'all niggas don't want to put equity in shit, and it pisses me the fuck off. If you don't put equity in folks' shit, stop commenting on it and telling them what to do. All right, we're going to start with Ebony, and then we're going to go
You
Sky and
had to
Jazz.
get it off your chest then.
Oh, I was
Ooh,
swear I was
woo.
thinking that. I was like, ooh,
Ooh.
stop DMing him.
Leave
But I
EJ
think it's
alone.
okay, with you saying that, it's the unwarranted advice. Didn't nobody ask you? Didn't nobody want no input?
Right.
That's something I gotta work on.
I don't mind unsolicited advice if you are somebody who's in the fire with me. You know what I mean? If you're here, all y'all can say something, you know what I'm saying, at times to be like, hey, maybe we should try to get this, or maybe we should whatever. Your body is at least in here, at the very least. I don't pull that card. I'm talking about people that are just not here at all, and you just happen to see something cool. And then one time is fine, but don't keep hitting me up about it. You know, stuff like that. You gonna buy it? Is you gonna buy it? If you not about to put no equity in this bitch, shut the fuck up. Continue, I'm
Period.
sorry.
All the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about some.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So like, for example, like when people want to borrow money, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't mind loaning you that money, but we're gonna have a conversation. And guess what? Because you don't want to have a conversation about my money that you want from me, that 50-50 change, you probably not gonna give it back to me. You're not gonna call and ask me because you don't want to hear my mouth. You know what I mean? But that's cool. I'd rather you not do that. Because especially if I've had to help you do this before, what help is I had someone say one time that they had been visiting this church. They weren't a member. They hadn't been tithing, and I know we all feel some type of way about that. But they had went there a few times, and they went to the church and asked for help on the light bill, and the church didn't help them, and they felt some type of way about that. But I get it, but then I don't get it. Why did you expect them to help you? You don't even serve in the church. Does that make sense? Am I wrong for that? Like, why did you?
It's your
Opinion,
how you
but
feel.
why you don't even? I just feel like everybody want help, but I put it like this: I help those that help themselves. If I help you and you keep landing in this same position, then what is the point of me helping you? That means I need to take my hands off of it, get out of the Most High's way, and let Him do whatever it is He's doing with you.
There you go.
Now I can agree with you fully on that. You can't be coming 4-5 different times and you still ain't changed nothing.
That's a hindrance.
Yeah.
I'm enabling you on something.
Financial counseling, something.
Right. You need, at this point.
But that's with anything. Like even in a relationship. If you keep coming to me about the same issue in your relationship.
I'm finna go to sleep. I'm sleepy, girl.
Oh, my bad. But that's...
Girl, I'll call you back. I'm tired. I gotta go to work tonight.
Right.
Ma'am, what's my moniker? What do I go by?
EJ.
So as Mr. Conversation, I have the same conversation with a lot of people about the same shit over.
Yeah, but that means you don't want my advice
over.
because I keep giving you the same advice every time you call. And it's cool because I love you. I let you vent because sometimes people just need to vent. You know what I'm saying? And I've been that person. But that's what makes me look at it different. Like I'm in this season of accountability. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I try to check myself like, I was going to talk about this, but I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about something else. You know what I mean? Because I know that gets tiresome. I know if I'm getting tired of it, you getting tired of it.
For sure. Scott, talk to me.
Well, so a lot of this is geared toward like older people, right? Because they love to reminisce on back in the day and what they used to do and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when showing a elder in my family like pictures or whatever, or they asking what I got going on, is they always critiquing the outcome instead of like just enjoying the moment, right? And hearing about whatever it is what was going on. It was, oh well, they could have put some more lighting on that. Oh, he must not be no top-notch photographer. Like shit like that. And I'm like, if you feel like that, why you ain't never put me on to the folks that that do a good job?
Pay for you a photo shoot.
You know what I'm saying? Or it's just shit like that. And if you are not, like you said earlier, if you are not going to step in and put in the work into the stuff that you are saying that should be done, then you shouldn't be suggesting anything.
Period.
You shouldn't be saying any goddamn thing.
Mm-mm.
That shit that really gets on my nerves. Or even in relationships, any kind of ship. Okay, any kind of ship. Your significant other or friend or whatever has a new endeavor, and you got so much negativity or so much, downplay to on that particular endeavor, when you ain't never tried to pop shit off yourself in your life, because it's not easy.
Y'all being too damn nice. Tell them shut the fuck up. Y'all
Shut the
being
fuck up.
too goddamn nice.
No, I do say
being
shut the
nice.
fuck up. But it's just it's the audacity that you you know what I'm saying, you got the nerve to even open your mouth and to speak on some shit that you don't even have the courage to be doing it yourself. So just
What
shut
a man
the
said,
fuck
what
up.
you said at
And
your
if I ain't
ignorant throat.
asking you for shit, you shouldn't be saying a goddamn thing anyway.
So how I
go
feel
ahead,
about
JJ.
advice. If I don't ask for your motherfucking advice, keep it to yourself. Get to somebody else. Let me live my life how I want to live it. Let me do me. If I need your input on how I live my life or anything, I will ask for it. If I don't ask for your advice, don't give it, because I don't give two fucks about your advice.
All right.
That's just how I feel about it. Because what I've learned, you can't please everybody. Somebody gonna always have something to motherfucker say. Okay, well, you ain't do this right, or you ain't said this right. Well, you should have put this on, or you shouldn't have wore that. Shut the fuck up talking to me. Because at the end of the day, I wake up peacefully and I go to sleep peacefully. And if you don't do shit for me or my children, or have any kind of impact in my life in any kind of way, shut the fuck up talking to me. If I don't ask for your advice, then I mean I don't need your fucking advice. And I will tell you point blank period. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But I don't need that. I'm good. We can wrap this on up. This conversation on up. I'm very blunt when it comes to stuff like that.
Shut the fuck up talking to me.
Yeah, shut the fuck up talking to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. And it's not in a malicious way, but that's what I mean. I didn't ask for your advice. I didn't ask for it, but if I genuinely ask somebody for some advice, I want them to give it to me like how you give it to me, like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't give good advice.
That's what we were talking
You
about
got to
earlier.
be
The first
careful
one.
of good counsel. Like, girl,
A lot of people
Wait.
don't get good advice, so that's why I don't want it. Well, if I was you,
but you ain't.
well, I would have done this.
I hate that.
So
But you not.
no.
Well, if it
So
was
what
mine.
you just say, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up talking to me.
All right, we got 2 minutes left. We're gonna get up out of here. So we're gonna do every show now is gonna be 90 minutes because your boy can only pay for so much on them clips.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So yeah,
then.
so man, we gonna end this. I want to say thank you for all of you being here. This has been the Hot Seat with EJ Thomas. If y'all see any sweat dripping, it is hot in this bitch. We gotta get some AC in this motherfucker. But shout out to everybody and thank y'all for pulling in. Shout out to D for pulling in towards the end. All right, we gonna get the hell up out of here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, happy 4th of July.